to 43, so I won't be playing those measures.
Okay, so where are you going to stop at? You're going to skip them or you're going to stop there?
I'm gonna skip them.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Go ahead and then we're going to start off with Rohi. All right, so Rohi, let us know what you're playing and who the composer is.
Hi, my name is Rohi, and I'll be playing Mariage de Moore. I actually don't know who the composer is. It doesn't say.
It's okay. We'll get to that later. All right. Is this? Oh, you have your own copy. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome job, Rohi. Really good. Really nice. All right. So let's just go ahead and look at just a couple rhythms, mainly in the left hand. It's really good to practice with a metronome. I'm sure you heard that in Kaizen before. I may have said it to you. But metronome always really helps with consistency and fluency. So let's go ahead and take a look at just one section, maybe two. I know that Jana played next. So I noticed with your left hand, it's very consistent, but starting with these quarter notes, I want to say down here in measure 2, 3, right here in measure 20. So it may have been a bit before this as well, but you tend to play eighth notes instead of 3 quarter notes. So 1, 2, 3. You kind of did 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3. So let's focus on this one little section here. And I may take it back just a few measures, but just focus on the left hand first. Can you play just that left hand? They're all 3 quarter notes, are very consistent. The F, D.
Sorry.
That's a big jump there, yeah. And then your A, B, E. B flat, E flat. So let's try that one more time, now that we have those notes. And you can play slower than that if you need to. Good. And then how would you count that right hand rhythm? Now that we have the left one, the right one was also a little thrown off because of the left previously. So how would you count out just that right hand?
I'll be 1 and 2. I think, sorry. 1 and 2. And then that would be. Well, I mean, there is. Sorry, one second.
Are you okay? Trying to zoom in here. It's kind of
Yeah,
small.
okay.
So yeah, so you have so if without counting the notes that we don't play, you have your 1 here, right? 1 and 2, but then this comes in on the and, right? So 1 and 3 and 1 and 3 and let's go ahead and play that as we're gonna put it together soon, but play that right hand just based off of that really quickly. We can actually, yeah, we'll go ahead and actually resolve it right here too.
Okay.
So yeah, one more time just like that. Good. And is your original sound on? It was sounding fine earlier. Maybe because it was the left hand playing with the right, but the right by itself is a bit hard to hear. Right, one more time. So 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2. One more time.
Oh, sorry.
Good. Yep. It goes right back up. Right. So 3 and really good. So let's go ahead and try the hands together, and then we'll go ahead and let Jana play next. Good. So we're just gonna focus on just that one measure this time, so we don't focus on too many,
Okay.
and we'll resolve it to that beat. So remember, one more time. So 1, 2, and 3, and 1. 1, 2, and 3, and 1. There it is. Nice, really good. Yeah, so we'll just focus on this part in Kaizen. You can just play this section very slowly a couple times just to get used to that rhythm, the polyrhythm there. But it sounds really good. Apart from that, very solid job. We can look at some dynamics later on as well, but just for the sake of time, Jaina, you are up next. Let us know what you're playing.
Um, no.
Overall, nice job. All right, so just a few things I want to look at. So one of them is just your rhythm throughout your quarter notes versus your eighth notes, just counting. But with your accidentals, really good job. Knowing sharps and flats, that was great. And then the last thing we'll look at is just your octave symbol. So your
Okay.
octave symbol means you're going to play eight notes higher than what's written. So for example, you played this perfectly, the C and E, but that's
Mm-hmm.
your C5. You want to shift up eight more notes to the next octave, so it becomes C6 position. So instead of
Okay.
playing this, you want to play up here. And I
Got
won't
it.
have you play it now, just for the sake of time. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. I think you're just agreeing. And then the first thing is, so we're just going to go ahead and count some rhythms out. So we're in 4/4. The top number means there's four beats in a measure. And then the bottom number stands for which note gets that beat. In this case, the four is always a quarter note. And we only have one quarter note here. So this will be your first beat. And then we have that gap there. So we have one. Do you know how to count out eighth notes? What comes after the number? Can you tell me what comes after that number?
Plus.
So plus or and, yeah. So you hear a lot of musicians or teachers say and. So if we were to count this out, I'll count it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. If you were to count with the rhythm, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Okay, so if you were to play that, can you hear this? You can? Okay. So you were to play this, we have 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's look at the rhythm. Can we clap that really quickly? So 1, 2, and 3. Can you count it and clap it?
1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4.
Awesome, you got it. So let's go ahead and try to play that. Play it very slowly though. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. You can just play one beat at the end instead of a whole note. You can just play it for one there. That's okay. Yeah, so at the beginning you had it. I think it's just note recognition now that threw you off just a little bit. But overall, you have the idea. The rhythm sounds really good. So when you do play with your professor, Miss Kinga, just really focus on those rhythms as well instead of just the notes themselves. It's always good to always clap out the rhythms beforehand, and that'll really help. The last thing is your hand placement as well. I couldn't see your hands, but it's really important to check out these numbers here because they'll let you know where to place your hands on the piano and it makes it so much easier. But
Okay.
overall, good job fixing those rhythms. It sounds great. You know how to clap and count those accordingly. Did you have any questions about this piece at all?
No.
All right. So, Jane, a really good job today. You too, Rohi. I will see you two later on.
All right. Thank you. Bye.